Get to the back of the line!
Yes, sir!
Class 1169, present yourselves for graduation.
ATVs are passing by!
ATVs are passing by! Hey! Hey!
Early in the morning!
Hey! Hey! Early in the morning!
Hey!
Hey!
Early in the morning!
So early! So early! So early in the morning!
Center! Hey!
All uniform personnel, hugged in, honor guard, post the colors.
Hello! Hudson! Harry! Come! Ready! Come!
Present.
Prepare to post. Order. Color. Move.
All uniform personnel. Order.
Color. Present. Order. Right turn. Punch. Help. Help. Help.
All, please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Class 1169. My name is Domenico Cinelli. I'm a training operations supervisor here at the Academy, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's graduation. At this time, I would like to introduce the onstage ceremony party. Starting on my far right is Daniel Parra, Acting Chief Patrol Agent, U.S. Border Patrol Academy. Michael Harrison, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent, New Orleans Sector. And Robert Smoot, Program Specialist, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Next, I would like to recognize the staff members of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy that were instrumental in the success of this session. Some of these staff members could not be present today as they are busy instructing other sessions. Would the staff members please stand as your name is called and remain standing? Operations Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Arvin Sepulveda and Stacy Brooks. Border Patrol Agents Luis Gonzalez, Darrell Foster, and Hunter Brunk. Spanish Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Obed Rosales. Border Patrol Agent Hernan Lopez. Physical Techniques Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Aaron Schneider and Aaron Rubio. Firearms Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agents Michael Coulter, Christopher Reyes, and Luis Gonzalez. Drivers Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Luis Rivera and Raymond Snow. Tactics Training Department, Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Michael E. Weldzis and Border Patrol Agent Andrew Reichenbach. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Class 1169. Thank you. Please be seated. The U.S. Border Patrol Academy allows family members or influential persons who are current sworn officers the honor of presenting the Border Patrol badge to their graduating relative or mentee. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Joining us today are Border Patrol Agent Eduardo Cervantes, 15 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Jared Wilhite, 14 years of service. Air Interdiction Agent Andrew Hatch, 5 years of service. And Border Patrol Agent Ruben Robles, 13 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the guests of 1169 a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Each graduating class selects one of its members to address the audience during the graduation ceremony. Class 1169 has selected Border Patrol Agent Kix V. Conger as this time. I would like to ask Agent Conger to come forward and address the audience.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. After 6 months, 23 lost trainees, countless bodybuilders, and too many chow hall meals, we've almost found Building 25. Not that it's much of an accomplishment. Most of us still can't find half the mat rooms in the PT building. Nevertheless, 27 of us managed to find our way to this auditorium, despite some growing pains in the beginning. To mention a few, ROM, some cadences that were led by partial mutes, and several close calls on the firing range. Nevertheless, our class needed much help getting to this point. We've been very fortunate during our time in the academy to have many men who served in the military and other law enforcement capacities before coming here. These men came squared away, ready to go, and the rest of us learned quickly to follow their lead in formations and preparing for inspections. Things weren't perfect. There were claims of 15 coats of polish on the boots and an argument with a lawyer. But these men made our transition to the academy life much easier. To each of you who spent your evenings helping your classmates adjusting to this lifestyle, thank you. Furthermore, I'd like to extend my thanks to all of you who spent your free time helping your classmates with subjects they struggled to learn, from Spanish and law to arrest techniques and firearms. I'm inspired by the many individuals in this room who showed great character and selflessness in the hours that they spent helping their peers. Without each of you, we'd be missing more people in this room. During this academy, a quote from one of my favorite authors has often come to mind. It goes like this: "The longer you live, the more you will fail. Failure is the mark of a life well lived. In turn, the only way to live without failure is to be of no use to anyone." Trust me, I've practiced. We were given many opportunities in the last 6 months to fail, and we delivered on many occasions. Anyone who doesn't believe this can talk to any of our instructors. Fortunately for us, this is the place to make mistakes. While we struggled with different things during this academy, we're all allowed to fail and therefore learn. We will continue to make mistakes in the field, and we will likely write many more memos. Nevertheless, we'll remain true to our class motto: we're never going to stop. We'll always come out on top. We've become experts at learning from our failures here, and I encourage each of us to continue doing so throughout the rest of our lives. Another quote, also very applicable, goes like this: "Pick up a load that's heavy enough so that if you carry it, you have some self-respect." Improvement and growth are generally found during difficult times. Just as heat can bring the shine out of the polish on our boots, struggles throughout life reveal the strength of our character. We've all learned this lesson in the mat room sessions of the PT building. For the last 6 months, we found out what we're made of to the tune of "on your face." You know that's right, and very well. While it was humbling, we learned the value of pushing ourselves to do difficult things and carry a heavy load that many are unwilling to shoulder themselves. We've picked a heavy load with this career. We've already had some rough days here, but there's another one coming tomorrow and many more to follow that. I've seen each of you carry a heavy load during our time in this academy, and I hope that you've learned to respect yourselves for it. I'm sure this will come as no surprise to my classmates, but I'd like to end with a story from the Bible. In the book of Judges, we read about a man named Gideon who was to lead the Israelites in an attack against the Midianites. Gideon struggled to believe that he could be the one meant to perform this task. Still, with some divine assistance, he managed to gather an army to defend Israel. In total, he gathered an army of 22,000 men to contend against the Midianites. I'm sure Gideon felt relieved to have so many people behind him as they fought against the Midianites. But his relief was short-lived. After the people had gathered, God told Gideon, "There are too many people with you. Go to the people and tell them that whoever is afraid and fearful should depart." Gideon did so, and 10,000 remained, still a respectable number. But God wasn't done. He told Gideon, "You still have too many people. Bring them down to the water, and I will try them there. Those who crouch beside the water and scoop it to their mouth with their hand will remain. Those who bow down on their knees, lowering their face to drink, will be sent away." Only 300 men didn't bow down to drink from the water. These 300 men kept their eyes on their threat as they drank. They were aware of their threats and showed that they were ready for the task ahead of them. Many people have tried and failed to get to the point we've reached today. Many didn't get through the application process, and fewer made it through the academy itself. But it doesn't stop here. Every day is another day that we'll need the mindset we've developed at this academy. Be one of the 300. Keep your eyes on your threat. Always be ready for the job you have ahead of you, and don't lose sight of why you're here. I want to thank the many instructors and support staff that have helped us reach this point. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for not giving up on us and for allowing my classmates and I to make our mistakes in front of you, even though it may have been embarrassing. Thank you for the last 6 months. To each of my classmates, we were volleyball champions. We were marching runner-ups to the runner-ups. But we've also become brothers during these last 6 months. Thank you all.
Thank you, Agent Condra. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Acting Chief Patrol Agent Daniel Pata. But before I invite Acting Chief Pata to the lectern, I would like to tell you about him. Daniel Pata is the Acting Chief Patrol Agent of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy. He is the Division Chief of the Law Enforcement Operations Programs for the U.S. Border Patrol's Tucson sector. Acting Chief Pata began his career with the U.S. Border Patrol on July 28, 2002. He was assigned to the El Central Station and attended the 520th session of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy in Charleston, South Carolina. Across the span of his career with the U.S. Border Patrol, Acting Chief Pata has served in a variety of positions ranging in scope and complexity. These assignments include Supervisory Border Patrol Agent and Field Operations Supervisors at the Indio Station El Central Sector, Executive Officer of Operations for the El Central Sector, Assistant Chief at U.S. Border Patrol Headquarters, Law Enforcement Operations Directorate, Pacific Corridor, Deputy Patrol Agent in charge of operations at the Ajo Station, Tucson Sector, and Patrol Agent in charge of the Blythe Station, Yuma Sector, where he served until his selection as Division Chief for Tucson Sector. Acting Chief Pata also has served in various liaison assignments, to include overseas deployments to Kenya in support of the Presidential Security Governance Initiative, and as staff member to the Assistant Commissioner of the Office of Professional Responsibility. Acting Chief Pata promoted to his current position in October of 2019 and oversees multiple law enforcement operations programs in Tucson Sector, the largest and one of the busiest sectors in the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Acting Chief Patrol Agent Daniel Pata.
So good morning, everyone. Again, first and foremost, I'd like to thank our guests that are here joining us. It's a great opportunity to have you guys here and be able to participate in this graduation and being able to pin your graduates. Also, I'd like to thank those that are following us virtually. I know it's a shame that we all can't be here today, but at least you're able to partake and see these fine men earn their badge finally. And then again, special thanks to the staff. Without your help and dedication and your professionalism, these men wouldn't be here today, so thank you very much. So Class 1169, it is my honor and privilege to be among the first to welcome you to our beloved Border Patrol. While I take tremendous pride in my career as an agent and in my current role as the acting chief at the Academy, nothing is more gratifying than seeing all of you here, ready to embark on your own careers as Border Patrol agents. I see all of you, and I know the effort you have put forth to be here. The sweat, the exhaustion, the sacrifices you and your loved ones have made and will continue to make by your choice to become a U.S. Border Patrol agent. Your courage to serve our great nation and your tenacity to successfully endure the most rigorous and challenging basic academy in law enforcement is unparalleled. It is inspiring, and it fills me with unbelievable pride to know that because of you, the Border Patrol will continue to be the finest law enforcement agency in the world. The U.S. Border Patrol is a national security agency entrusted to protect this great nation and its sovereignty. The United States cannot exist without sovereign borders. Our sovereign borders cannot exist without the U.S. Border Patrol. This is an overwhelming honor, and you should never underestimate your importance as a defender of our great nation. This privilege, however, is contingent upon the public's trust. This should also never be underestimated. When we speak of our guiding principle, honor first, understand it is a keystone to who we are as agents. And as you guys know, the meaning of those two words are not meant to be simply be committed to memory. They are meant to be worn like a badge, defining our every action and reminding those outside of our agency of who we are and what we stand for. that they will always trust us to do our jobs and to do them with integrity and professionalism. Our guiding principle dates back near the birth of our agency. Over the course of nearly 100 years, Border Patrol agents have lived it. They have defined it. And they have applied it to the circumstances of their work despite the changes in times and the evolution in our mission. I know you will carry on this long tradition by doing the same thing. As you do, you will be playing a central role in the preservation of our Border Patrol legacy. Whether you realize it now or not, your future careers will become bridges to the past, just as the past will continue to serve as a foundation to your futures. As you go forth and embark on your careers, I can tell you from experience, you still have a lot to learn. But the fact that you are sitting here, graduating from the academy, means you are well prepared to do so. Your foundation is built on a century's worth of innovation, tradition, and time-tested, honor-first code of ethics. I see you today wearing your uniform with respect and pride. And this tells me you understand the awesome responsibility you have been entrusted as defenders of our borders and our great nation. I congratulate you on this difficult, momentous achievement. I congratulate you on the completion of the U.S. Border Patrol Academy. Welcome to the family. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Acting Chief Pata. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Michael Harrison, Deputy Chief Patrol Agent, New Orleans Sector. But before I invite Deputy Chief Harrison to the lectern, I would like to tell you about him. Michael Harrison promoted to Deputy Chief Patrol Agent of the New Orleans Sector on July 21st, 2019. He is responsible for leading the sector's border security and law enforcement mission within an area of responsibility that includes 694 miles of coastal border and encompasses 7 states and 516 counties and/or parishes. With over 25 years of service, Deputy Chief Harrison entered on duty September 17, 1996, as a member of Class 321. His first duty assignment was in San Diego Sector at the Boulevard Station. In 1999, he successfully completed the Border Patrol Search, Trauma, and Rescue Team Academy, Class 2, then subsequently deployed to several natural disasters, including Hurricanes Katrina, Rita, William, Dean, Ike, and Gustav. He has been instrumental in shaping the deployment of CBP and Special Operations assets across the country and around the world. In 2004, Deputy Chief Harrison promoted to Supervisory Border Patrol Agent at Campo Station in Campo, California. In 2006, he promoted to Assistant Chief, Border Patrol Headquarters in Washington, D.C. As an Acting Associate Chief, he led BORSTAR, BORTAC, SRT, K9, Horse Patrol, Pandemic Flu, Mass Migrations, Native American Liaison, and Gang Task Forces. Deputy Chief Harrison was a recipient of the Commissioner's Award for his leadership of CBP assets during his hurricane deployments. In 2008, Deputy Chief Harrison returned to Line Watch operations as a Field Operations Supervisor at Blaine Station in Blaine, Washington. He later promoted to Deputy Patrol Agent in Charge and held acting roles within the sector as Patrol Agent in Charge, Assistant Chief, and Division Chief. In 2016, Deputy Chief Harrison established the Blaine Sector Special Operations Detachment and led the team as the first Patrol Agent in Charge. In 2017, Deputy Chief Harrison was promoted to Associate Chief in the Law Enforcement Operations Directorate in Washington, D.C., his second tour at headquarters. Then he coordinated the national medical response for the Southwest Border Humanitarian Crisis while acting as Deputy Chief, LEOD, Operational Programs. He also had oversight of numerous liaison programs and facilitated the fielding of the Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems and the testing of counter Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems equipment. His diverse experience, balanced between Border Patrol, law enforcement operations, program development, and special programs, makes Deputy Chief Harrison a well-rounded and effective field leader. He has been assigned to the southern, northern, and coastal borders as a first-line and second-line supervisor and station sector manager. He has also served as the acting chief patrol agent for over 18 months in New Orleans sector during multiple hurricanes and national pandemic. Prior to joining the Border Patrol, Deputy Chief Harrison was an operations director for a wilderness survival school for adjudicated children. Beginning in 1989, Deputy Chief Harrison served in the 321st Engineer Battalion in Twin Falls, Idaho, with the United States Army Reserve, and then the 19th Special Forces Group Airborne in Layton, Utah. He was born in Las Vegas, Nevada, and raised in Twin Falls, Idaho. I'd like to now please ask Deputy Harrison to come to the lectern.
Good morning. Class 1169, congratulations on your successful completion of the United States Border Patrol Academy. This is no easy task, as you well know, and there is much left to do. When I first spoke with you back in May, I gave you a few things to think about while you were here at the Academy. I gave you some advice from my own experience and told you that the Academy was our opportunity as agents to select our own backup. I'm happy to say that those of you that stuck it out and worked hard have earned a place among a very special group of individuals entrusted with a great deal of responsibility and authority to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. After today, you will be entrusted with a broad range of authorities and tasked with what will seem to be impossible odds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting us, and thank you for having enough trust in yourself to complete this journey. You've worked hard and you've earned it, each and every one of you. You have been chosen as our backup, and please don't take that lightly. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the families for supporting these new agents during their pursuit of this great career. And I can assure you, even with everything that's happening in the news today and all of the other stuff that you'll hear, that this is still a great career. I didn't come here to lecture you on the way to the badge or the responsibilities that you must bear. I know you've had months of that by now, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to plant a few more seeds. As I reflect back on when I sat in your seats, I couldn't wait for the speaker to be done. I only remember a few things from that speech, and oddly enough, they're still relevant and important today. The things that stuck in my head were very practical and made a lot more sense. He said, take a moment when you get home before you enter the house and take off your boots. My class 321, was going to San Diego, California, and many of us would be working around the Tijuana River, which is quite polluted. There's no need, he said, to bring that mess into your home where your family lives. That really hit a nerve, because not only does it stop you from dragging that nasty stuff into your house, but it also gives you a moment to stop and reflect upon the shift that you just had. It gives you an opportunity to shake it off and prepare yourself to see your loved ones. Sit down on the porch, take off your boots, take a breath, and put on a smile. Someone has been waiting for you for at least half the day or night and is relieved that you made it home safely. There's no sense in taking anything as nasty as your dirty old boots into the house after your shift. A couple other things. Opportunity. I touched upon this in May when we first met, and I said you'll have many opportunities in the Border Patrol. Again, this morning we touched on that. Challenge yourself and diversify your experience. It will keep you interested in learning new things, and it will better serve you when you're standing up here talking to a class just like this. Find parts of our profession that interest you most and master them. Then challenge yourself to find ways to make them better. Make sure that you grow as an agent and as a person, and that our programs stay current and relevant to what we do. Be passionate about your efforts and take the time to pass your knowledge to others. You'll be amazed at how quickly that new agents will be behind you and will be looking at you for advice. In the past 25 years of service to our country, I've never found myself bored or without challenges to complete. There's always work to be done, and there are always new things to learn. Try it, do it, master it, and then make it better. And then take the time to teach those around you. Next, I want to discuss class. Class is cheap. When I was a young agent, it used to bother me when people at our table would not tip enough. And I always thought the difference between a bad tip and a good tip is usually between $1 or $2. And it always occurred to me that these people may not have had a crappy job before. That tip is a reflection of someone else's efforts to provide you with good service. Make the effort to take care of the people that take care of you. Class is cheap. Taking the time to send a thank you message goes a long way. Taking the time to handwrite a message goes even further. Take the time. It will pay off in the long run, and it may change someone else's perspective. Taking a moment to talk to a landowner or ensuring that gates are closed behind you makes a difference. It matters when you do it right, and it really matters when you don't. We work under very strenuous circumstances and are under a lot of pressure, every single one of us in our own way. Take the time to recognize things that are going well and pass on that praise. There are plenty of pessimists out there that are willing to cut us down at any chance, but not nearly enough of us that are willing to build people up through the tough times. Your family. This profession will be, and to some extent has already been, tough on your family. Recognize that the people that are behind you every day carry a big part of that burden as well. They worry about you when you aren't home on time, and you will seldom be home on time. You'll miss dinners, birthdays, family events, and even many holidays. Understand, that chips away at everyone and not just you. There'll be times when you feel like you can't make everyone happy around you, and I can tell you right now, you can't. You have to do your best to find a balance, and that isn't easy by any stretch. Take care of those that take care of you. Be there for them as much as they're there for you. Last but certainly not least, take care of yourself. You're going to leave here in great shape. Keep that up, as it's definitely going to benefit your mind and your body. Weigh out the decisions that make you decide if they fit into your family values or into our core values, and plan for your future. Plan for your family's future. As a new trainee agent and government employee, you will have many benefits at your disposal. Take the time to look into them and invite your spouses or partners to look into them as well. Some of them, such as your thrift savings plan and health benefits, require attention almost immediately. Taking the time to get those set up correctly early is imperative to ensuring a solid financial foundation for your family. Many new agents lose time because they get caught up in the excitement of this new career, and they don't take the time to set that up, and they lose a lot of time. There are over 19,000 agents in the Border Patrol. If you don't understand something, ask. While some of those agents may be a little gruff, especially to trainees, they'll answer your questions, and they'll point you in the right direction. And you are heading in the right direction. Try it, do it, master it, make it better, and then take the time to teach those around you. Thank you for letting me speak to you today. It's been a great opportunity. It's a great honor to address this class, your cadre of instructors, and your families. The nation needs you right now. Our great country depends on you, and our communities deserve the best that we have to offer. Good luck in your careers and in your future endeavors. May God bless you and your families, and remember, honor first.
Thank you, Acting Chief Pata and Deputy Chief Harrison, for those inspiring and encouraging words. Now, we will move on to the presentation of the awards. At this time, we would like to recognize the section leaders of Class 1169 with the Border Patrol Academy Award for Leadership. Border Patrol agents Thomas Gursky and Samuel Regalado Jr., please come forward. The section leader position carries with it a tremendous amount of additional responsibility aside from the same strict training regimen as the rest of the class. The Leadership Award commends the section leaders for their devotion to duty, leadership, demeanor, and professional attitude. Thank you, Agents Gursky and Regalado. The Firearms Training Award is awarded to the graduate with the highest score in firearms training. Border Patrol Agent Juan Zamudio, please come forward. The award signifies that the graduate has earned the distinction of achieving the highest firearms qualification score while demonstrating distinction in the efficiency of his service weapon. Thank you, Agent Zamudio. The Physical Techniques Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the Physical Techniques program. Border Patrol Agent Kix Conjure, please come forward. Due to the physical demands of the position, Border Patrol agents are expected to be in good physical condition. Today's recipient has exceeded those requirements, and his achievement sets an example for others to follow. Thank you, Agent Conjure. The Driver Training Award recognizes the graduate with the highest score in the driver training program. Border Patrol Agent John Bogard, please come forward. Today's recipient far exceeded the challenging requirements and expectations of a novice driver. His performance exemplifies the high level of attention to detail required to safely operate a motor vehicle during stressful situations. Thank you, Agent Bogard. At this time, we would like to recognize the graduate with the highest academic achievement. Border Patrol Agent Gordon Hatch, please come forward. This award for academic excellence signifies that the graduate ranks #1 among his peers in operations, Spanish, and law. His performance makes him highly deserving of the honor bestowed by this award. Thank you, Agent Hatch. The Honor First Award is presented on behalf of the staff of the Border Patrol Academy. Border Patrol Agent Kix Conjure, please come forward. This award is given to the individual who embodies the guiding principles of honor and who has demonstrated through his actions a level of integrity and commitment that exemplifies the values of a Border Patrol agent. Thank you, Agent Conjure. Our last award is the FLETC Directors Award. The Border Patrol Academy is a joint effort between the United States Border Patrol and the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Working together, the two agencies provide the highest level of education available to law enforcement agents. Border Patrol Agent Eduardo Montero, please come forward. Agent Montero was nominated for this award by his classmates, and the award is being presented by Mr. Robert Smoot, Program Specialist for the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Thank you, Agent Montero. Please join me in giving the award recipients a round of applause. The graduating class will now be presented with their badge and credentials, signifying they have met the requirement and qualifications needed to be a Border Patrol agent. I will now turn the lectern over to Border Patrol Agent Luis Gonzalez.
Good morning. My name is Border Patrol Agent Luis Gonzalez, and I had the distinct privilege of being an operations instructor for Class 1169. Graduates, please step forward as I read your name to receive your badge and credentials. Border Patrol Agent Trinidad Valderas III. Border Patrol Agent Jaime Becerra. Border Patrol Agent John Bogart. Border Patrol Agent Jared Burns. Border Patrol Agent Jordan Clayton. Joining Agent Clayton on stage is his mentor, Border Patrol Agent Eduardo Cervantes, 15 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Kix Conger. Joining Agent Conger on stage is his uncle, Border Patrol Agent Jared Wilhite, 14 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Jonathan Coulter. Border Patrol Agent Dexter Culler. Border Patrol Agent Ionis Dallas. Border Patrol Agent Luis Duran. Border Patrol Agent Eric Ellingworth. Border Patrol Agent Oscar Garcia. Border Patrol Agent David Gonzalez. Border Patrol Agent Thomas Gursky. Border Patrol Agent Gordon Hatch. Joining Agent Hatch on stage is his uncle, Air Interdiction Agent Andrew Hatch, 5 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Kevin Hoffman. Border Patrol Agent Christian Larson. Border Patrol Agent Matthew Lucero. Border Patrol Agent Elijah Lyman. Border Patrol Agent Jacob Maxwell. Border Patrol Agent Eduardo Montero. Joining Agent Montero on stage is his brother-in-law, Border Patrol Agent Ruben Robles, 13 years of service. Border Patrol Agent Samuel Regalado Jr. Border Patrol Agent Dylan Smith. Border Patrol Agent Juan Torres Jr. Border Patrol Agent Victor Vasquez Rodriguez. Border Patrol Agent Michael Vera. Border Patrol Agent Juan Zamudio Jr.
Graduates, please stand and prepare for the oath of office.
Class, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I. State your name.
Jaime Becerra.
John Bogart.
Jared Burns.
Jordan Clayton. Kix Conger.
Jonathan Coulter.
Dexter Fellow. Luis Duran.
Eric Gilworth. Oscar Garcia.
David Gonzalez. Thomas Gursky.
Gordon Hatch. Kevin Hoffman.
Christian Larson.
Matthew Lucero.
Elijah Lyman.
Jacob Maxwell.
Eduardo Montero.
Samuel Regalado.
Dylan Smith.
Juan Torres. Victor Vázquez Rodriguez.
Michael Vera. Juan Murillo.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
In closing, I want to thank all the family, friends, and visitors for joining in the celebration of this session's achievement.
Section leader, dismiss your session for the final time.
Stand. Stand clear. Wait. Guard time. March. Hi-ho, Border Patrol! Hi-ho, Border Patrol! Early morning, ready to go! Early morning, ready to go! Heading in the step
Congratulations, class 1169. To my husband, Oscar Garcia, congratulations. I love you.
To Gordon Hatch, I love you.
Congratulations, class 1169. Woo!